For this week, I'm really excited because we worked on putting together a major one night live event involving the artists of our choice, with the show being recorded for a TV special or a DVD release. For this particular project, I will be acting as the artist manager for the artist or group that I chose, and I'll be outlining all of the particulars needed to put together a successful live event. For this particular project, I chose the group Maroon 5, Three Doors Down, and Coldplay. The reason why I chose these three groups is because even though they're all rock and roll, they all reach out to different genres and target different audience members, which will help to pack out the arena that we will be using for the play. For Coldplay, the reason why I chose Coldplay was because with them debuting in 2000, and hitting the scene, many assumed that they would just fill the void of the group Radiohead. The band actually became one of the most commercially successful acts of the new millennium, and the group formed in 1998 at the University College of London. This band also gives away 10% of their profits to charity, which I feel will help bring out members of the community, especially those members that support community involvement. I also went with the group Maroon 5. With Maroon 5, they started out as a two-member band in junior high with Adam and Jesse and set the foundation for the band Maroon 5. They started off with their own separate skills in music, and as they grew into the group, they became pretty much professionals on long road trips. So they got used to touring and things like that. Maroon 5, they actually won 2 Grammys and had an album produced by a major producer, Mutt Lange. The reason for really choosing Maroon 5 is because they have longevity in the entertainment industry, which is very rare for an entire group. They have tons of tour experience and success, so they know what it takes to put together a successful tour. And each member has their own individual popularity. For example, Adam is now one of the judges on the show The Voice, and Jesse left the group to pursue some of his own personal desires. I also chose the group Three Doors Down. Three Doors Down is a group built and surrounded by faith and teammates and collaboration. They believe in trusting in their instincts and once success is achieved, lending a hand to help others. The group sold 6 million copies of their debut album. These guys are so sincere and easy to be around, and it comes out in their music. The amazing thing about this group is when they started out, it wasn't about getting a deal. It was simply about making music and making a record. The group also received a Grammy for their music and their work. They started a foundation in 2003 to help children in need of food and shelter and medical attention. Because the guys are easy to be around and they're more dedicated to group and collaborative work, I feel that it will be easy to blend them in with everything else that's going on. The fact that they're dedicated to music over money will inspire their fans to come out, because the fans know they're not coming out just to support putting money in the artist's pocket, but that they're coming out to hear great music. The reason why I chose these three groups together, as I stated before, all three groups reach out to different target markets, which will help to fill the arena that we're actually planning on bringing the groups to. It also offers a variety show for those people who may not be into one particular group but may like the other and will stick around and listen. We planned on doing the event at the Citrus Bowl Stadium in Orlando, Florida. The reason for choosing this is because it's a live rock concert. It'll be great to have this event outside, and the venue seats up to 70,229 people. The fact that it has so many seats means that people will be able to sit down and listen comfortably. So even if it's hot outside, it's not hot and they're standing. The venue also offers on-site parking, which is a huge plus because now people don't have to park and walk miles to get to the venue. It is handicap accessible with both handicap seats and handicapped elevators, so it is able to get many people into the building at once. Another reason for choosing this is because there have been previous events of this size and this magnitude held at the venue. The police also work with keeping the traffic clear before and after the show. The show will be on Sunday, September the 1st, which is the Labor Day weekend, a great time because many people are off from work. It'll be about a 4.5 hour event, which is typical for most rock concerts. The expenses that we'll look at are venue, artists, the writers, and promotion, which will be explained more in detail in the budget section. For the day of the show, as many people know, there's tons of things that's going on. People are rushed around, and you want to make sure that you don't forget anything of importance. Therefore, this show schedule will show you exactly what we will be doing on the day of the show to help keep everyone on track and to make sure that we're not thrown off by anything that we could have stopped ourselves from happening. For the next 3 pages, you will see samples of riders for various different companies or bands or groups that are similar to the groups that I will be using for this event. Unfortunately, I was not able to pull up any of the riders for these particular groups, but I pulled up groups in similar genres, which will give you a great idea of what to expect when booking the artist, because not only do you have to pay the artist booking fee, but you also have to pay for the things that the artist will need to help them to feel comfortable and relaxed. As you move through the rider section of this particular live event presentation, you will see that there is an area where I go over the budget in great detail. When I go over the budget, I list things such as the income expected, the variable expenses, the fixed expenses, and it breaks it down as to what each is and how much that I'm looking to expect to either pay out or receive. The total profits that I'm looking for at the end of this event is anywhere from $5 million up to $8 million. That's after all of the expenses are deducted. Some of the things that can happen to prevent this event from going successful is rain. If it rains because it's a live event, many people may decide not to come. So what I did was I researched some of the information on what to expect as far as live events that were rained out. We will still expect for there to be a crowd present, but we will expect for there to be a drastic drop. Now, many people will still come out and support their group only because it's somebody that they may not see in concert very often and somebody that they really just don't care about getting wet. They'll enjoy the rain because it may have been really hot earlier that day. Another thing that can happen to cause the event to not be as successful is the artist not showing up. In the event that the artist does not show up, this will cause people to have lack of faith in the promoter as far as being able to bring out the artist. It will make people feel disappointed, and it may have them request for some of their money back. So the good portion of bringing so many different groups is to counteract if for some reason someone is not able to come. If a natural disaster should happen, instead of canceling the show completely, we will work on ways to get the event postponed, and anyone who has already purchased tickets will be able to use their tickets at the next event. A decline in ticket sales is also something that could cause us to see a lack of the expenses or the income that we are expecting. Some of the things that I learned from this particular project is that it is very, very important to plan anything that you're going to do in the entertainment industry, not just with this live event, but just entertainment, period. Without proper planning, things can go awry and everyone will be confused, which will cause not only harm to the group, but harm to the audience. It is important to get artists who can draw in a large crowd to help counteract some of the expenses. And the proper budgeting skills. That was the most important thing that I learned from this particular project. Outside of time management, which is necessary because we are running on a tight schedule, and negotiation skills. Negotiation skills are important because you don't want to just be a yes person and say yes to everything that the artist wants without thinking about how it will affect your overall costs and your overall income expected.